which was what someone said. So to see the example, you're the persons who are the continuation of the disciplic succession by being examples of the teachings. And the circle in which you move may not be big. Whatever it is, it should be impactful in the circle that you move, because that expands the mission. Those that you work with, those in your family, or those that in your social group that you interact with, be Acharya-like, and that impacts others and impacts others. Just moves out in concentric circles. So being Acharya-like doesn't require being a big person. You can be a little person, just like this nice example of Vibhu Chaitanya. Very inspired and inspiring. He didn't sit and give Bhagavatam classes. That wasn't the kind of Acharya was, but he was so pure, very clearly dedicated, devoted, simple, pure. And that moved the hearts of many people that came to know him. Okay. Acharya-like for anybody is my point. You have something? Yes?
I was appreciating one thing, that the first value that's given is the Acharya principle. And that's actually the basis for teaching anything. So I was always wondered, many people have Bhagavad Gita, heard Bhagavad Gita, read Bhagavad Gita, but they cannot make a step forward or move forward because that first principle is missing.
Because what?
The Acharya principle is that concept is not available for many. So the question or thought I was thinking, that when in the process of teaching Bhagavad Gita or giving the teachings of Bhagavad Gita to others in the practical way, it's always changing. Many people have this concept, the question in the mind, how do I apply this Bhagavad Gita in life? So the essence is that when there is an Acharya, there is an example, that's easy. Otherwise, it becomes just a theory. So the question I have is that when presenting Bhagavad Gita, how do we present this Acharya principle?
Well, your question in this previous comment, I responded to. That is, you exemplify it. You don't have to be, but you exemplify it. As you were speaking, I was thinking of someone who was sharing how they became a devotee. And that this person became another devotee wasn't exactly an atheist, but they were not at all a theist. They weren't interested. They just weren't interested. And they were busy with things that people are busy with. Learning and academic and, what's next in my career path and those things. And somehow, there's details, but somehow they came in association of devotees. Then they got a Bhagavad Gita. They didn't pay much attention to it because they weren't interested. But there's qualities in the devotees they met. There's qualities in the devotees they met they found attractive. And the prasadam they found attractive. So they continued to come to gatherings. This was like a student organization. And then in time, things happened. They started reading Bhagavad Gita, and they saw the devotees who they had some interaction with modeling what's in Bhagavad Gita. So it was like a gradual thing. So there's two parts. There's the book, the books are the basis, but modeling what's in the books doesn't have to come from a super person, just somebody that's modeling what's in the books, with the precepts. That's powerful, and that stirred an interest in Bhagavad Gita. And I remember seeing this person carrying their Bhagavad Gita around with him, and they had page markings and underlinings and this and that, and they started living with Bhagavad Gita. So it was the book as the basis, and Prabhupada as the Acharya, and other devotees who were modeling to some degree at least. So that's how the transformation took place in this individual's case, and maybe the details are going to be different for all of us, but the principles are going to be quite same. The book, the devotee that's carrying bhakti, and to some degree at least modeling the values or the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, having some achar, some good character, good behavior, good conduct. And you never know when somebody that appears to be not interested is going to become interested, like this example I just gave.